another knife review. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. It's basically a clone or copy of the Fox brand Karambit. It's not a copy of the 599. It's the other one. I want to say it's 4.7 or 4.8 something. My friend Ken bought one of these and I liked it, so I decided to pull the trigger on it. It's only like 20 bucks. His came from, I think, somewhere in the US. Mine was shipped from China, so it took about 2 or 3 weeks to get here. Out of box, it came pretty sharp, enough for me to just drop it to get a hair popping. Which, in a defensive knife, it's my personal opinion that the knife should come sharp enough to cut. We won't get into that whole discussion, but that's just my opinion. You know, you're watching a video on a knife review that I'm talking about, so this is my thoughts and my opinion. All right. First of all, the handle is not genuine G10. It feels like it's just a hard plastic. It doesn't feel like genuine G10. I will be using my Spyderco Carahawk clone. It's not a real one. I will get a real one soon, but they're almost $300. They're really expensive. That one cost me about $120. I wrote the guy back on eBay, told him it was a fake, and he sent me a 40% refund. So I really only paid about $70 for it. You know, like $65, $70 for it. And well worth it for a piece this high quality. It does have an Emerson wave feature on it. It's not as aggressive as the clone, which means you got to put more effort into it when you draw it out of your pocket to get it to open. I've had it fail several times, not because it's the knife's fault. It's just because I'm not used to going through that extra step of turning my hand up so this catches the inside of my pocket. Unlike the other clones and Karambits I've got that are folders, this one actually had threads on the other side of the imitation G10 scales. Let me do a little comparison, because this one is also a clone of a Fox Karambit, same size and everything. This one did not have threads, so I had to use Gorilla Glue and line up the holes and just hope it stays in place. It did. It has not moved. This one feels better in the hand than this one does. It also came sharper. The action was a little tight, but a little bit of loosening on the bolt right here. Fixed that right up. The only issue I really have with it, other than the wave feature not being aggressive enough for my taste, not being angled this way, is there's a coating on the blade, like a silver, like paint type coating on the blade. And I guess it's okay because it probably protects it. It's just an aesthetic thing about me. I like satin finishes, and this one just has a really dull, plain Jane texture to it. Almost looks like someone spray painted it with gray paint. But I do like it. The knife itself, I had no problems with it. I've actually carried it a few times as my primary carry a few times this week. I did need to tighten the clip up once again because it did come a little loose. But yeah, it's a great knife. It's marketed on Amazon as an Aginstar, something like that. So when you search for Fox Karambit, this is what comes up on Amazon. Supposedly, people have stripped the screws. I haven't had the problem of stripping the screws. So if you buy one, a little tip: when you undo the screws, put a lot of pressure downward so you don't risk turning it against the metal and rounding off. You want to put pressure on the inside as you're turning it. I did that. I had no problem. Good to go. It's a nice little addition to my collection, and it gets my thumbs up. I give it probably a 6 out of 10 stars. But back to this one. This one feels good in each grip. Like, the main problem that everyone seems to have with the Fox 4, 7, whatever it is, models is they're too big for their hand. Like, the grip's too wide. Even on that one, the clone over here, it's a little too wide for my taste. But this one's just about This is still a nice little piece. You won't go wrong by pulling the trigger on this and adding it to your knife collection. It makes a good everyday carry, just to have a backup, maybe. Backup knife. Maybe you carry a firearm with you, maybe you don't. Either way, you won't go wrong with it. It's solidly built. You can deploy it like that from reverse grip very easily. The line locks right where it needs to be, right dead in the center. It's very secure. It's hollow on the back, so it's kind of light. Like I said, my only issue is I wish the wave was more aggressive, and I wish it had a more satin finish than this coating, whatever it is, on the blade. But that's my review on the Aginstar Karambit. Guys, have a great one. Peace. Say my name, and I'll have a few more knife reviews in the future. Later.